Travis and
Maybe
Taylor.
it's all sweet and passionate.
Maybe. I hope so.
That's what I think.
You have your fantasies, I have mine.
Hi, guys. It seems Taylor Swift is right back in the middle of another round of viral chaos, as pregnancy rumors explode across social media after an ex-post boldly claims she is 100% pregnant. The post goes even further, pointing to what it calls changes in her appearance and a noticeably lower public profile as supposed proof. Within hours, the claim started spreading fast, with users piling on their own theories and linking it to completely unverified chatter about a possible June 13, 2026 wedding with Travis Kelce. But here's where things immediately start to fall apart. There is no confirmation from Taylor, no statement from her team, and absolutely zero credible reporting backing any of it. Right now, it's all circulating in the same loop it usually does. Screenshots, assumptions, and fans reading way too deeply into normal changes in appearance or schedule. Experts and longtime followers are already pushing back, pointing out that fewer public appearances or shifts in routine are not evidence of anything other than having a life. And that's exactly the pattern people have seen before with Swift. Every time she steps slightly out of the spotlight, social media fills in the blanks with theories that rarely hold up under scrutiny. So, despite how loud the rumors get, the reality stays very simple. There has been no confirmation, no announcement, and no verified reporting supporting the claim. For now, it remains exactly what it looks like, another wave of online speculation running ahead of actual facts. But just when the internet had already spiraled from pregnancy rumors into full-blown wedding speculation, another layer gets dragged into the mix, this time from an unlikely corner of pop culture commentary, because right after all that noise around Taylor and Travis being tied to everything from a possible 3rd July wedding to yet another wave of viral theories, an older but resurfacing conversation involving Joe Rogan starts getting dragged back into fan discourse. Now, Rogan isn't exactly someone who usually finds himself in the middle of Swift-level fandom debates, but on his podcast, during a conversation that originally aired around one of her big public appearances, he surprisingly pushed back against the usual easy criticism people throw at her. Instead of dismissing her like some do online, he actually defended her songwriting, pointing out that millions of listeners aren't exactly wrong for connecting with her music.
People are so weird when they want to say something sucks. Like, I was having an argument with someone about there's like Taylor Swift's all dumb music. I go, no, it's not. It's not. She's got some great songs. Also, it's like, do you think you're smarter than everybody who loves her? Like, she's literally got more fans than anybody alive, and you think they're all wrong? That's kind of crazy.
And in classic Rogan fashion, he challenged the idea that popularity automatically means something is overrated, basically questioning why people feel the need to downplay what clearly resonates on a global scale. But what's really resurfacing now isn't just the music talk, it's what he said about the relationship itself. Rogan had described how intense it must be for two massively famous people to try and maintain something personal while living under constant public observation. Not in a dramatic way, but more like a recognition that every move gets dissected, every moment gets opinionated, and there's barely any space left that isn't being watched.
It's interesting when people are public, like a public relationship like that, two super famous people. It's like, that's a lot of pressure. And then you're putting it all out there in the world, and like everybody's judging you, like, oof. It's hard enough to keep a relationship together, but keep a relationship together when you have to field everyone's opinions of you.
That clip is now circulating again as fans start connecting dots in their own way, especially with all the current chatter about wedding timelines, secrecy rules, and how tightly controlled everything around the couple seems to be. And of course, that's where the speculation engine kicks in again. Because if a wedding really is approaching, people are already wondering the next step nobody can confirm yet. Would someone like Rogan, who's openly commented on their relationship dynamic, end up being anywhere near the guest list? There's zero indication of that, no hints, no confirmations, nothing official at all. But in true internet fashion, the idea alone is enough to set off discussions about who might or might not show up if and when the big day actually happens. So now, between viral pregnancy rumors, wedding theories that keep shifting, and old podcast clips getting relitigated like clues in a mystery, the conversation around Swift and Kelce has reached that familiar point again, where reality and speculation blurred just enough for the internet to run with it, and at this stage, even a simple question like, who's attending the wedding, somehow turns into its own headline cycle. And just when the conversation was already bouncing between wedding speculation, viral theories, and overanalyzed public appearances, another very New York elite moment has quietly slipped into the mix, this time involving serious privacy precautions, because over at a pretty high-end spot in New York City, things apparently got very strict the moment the couple showed up recently. The venue in question, Casa Cipriani, had already been through a whole situation back in 2023 when members reportedly got kicked out after trying to snap photos of Swift during a low-key date at the same location. That incident clearly stuck, because this time around they were not leaving anything to chance. Ahead of Swift's arrival with Kelce, guests hanging out on the terrace were reportedly told to put their phones away completely. Not just no photos, no checking messages, no scrolling, nothing. Just straight-up device lockdown with zero explanation at the time. And of course, confusion spread fast. Nobody really knew why this sudden strictness was happening until Swift and Kelce actually arrived with a small group of friends, and the pieces started to fall into place.
Everybody's asking about Taylor Swift now and about the show that she came to see us perform the other night. And I just want to give you guys a little bit more details and give you the inside scoop on it. So it was at Casa Cipriani, a very exclusive members club. There was a lot of security just hanging around her table. But more than anything I noticed is that she was just having a good time, genuinely bringing great energy to us.
But in a twist that somehow fits their recent pattern, they didn't even end up staying outside for long. Reports suggest a canopy issue started leaking, and rather than deal with the unexpected chaos, the group simply moved inside and continued the evening in the venue's more private jazz space instead, keeping things low profile and away from any exposure. And that detail hits differently when you remember what happened the last time Swift was spotted there. In 2023, photos from the same venue taken during her time with Matty Healy ended up circulating online, and at least 3 members reportedly lost their club privileges for breaking strict no-photo rules. So this time, the message was very clear before anything even happened. No repeats, no leaks, no surprises. And it all ties right back into the bigger picture that's been building around Swift lately. Every public move tightly controlled, every appearance carefully managed, and every space she enters adjusted around one goal, keeping the moment from turning into a headline before she's ready for it. Speaking of which, the conversation around the wedding has taken another turn, this time into something even more structured behind the scenes, because at this point, no one really expects a quiet wedding anyway, but insiders now describe it less like a ceremony and more like a carefully staged, multi-part production. Planners are reportedly mapping out every moment in detail, and even earlier plans placing the ceremony near Taylor's Rhode Island estate in Rhode Island have been changed or heavily reworked. That alone caught attention, since it was long considered the most likely setting. And all of this is unfolding while the internet still replays that iHeartRadio Music Awards moment from March 2026, where a brief clip sparked breakup rumors after Taylor was seen shifting away from Kelce. It was quickly dismissed, but it added fuel to an already overanalyzed relationship narrative. Now, though, the tone feels different again, less reactive, more controlled, almost like everything is being locked into place step by step rather than left to chance. Reports suggest preparations are already deep into motion, with close friends like Selena Gomez and Gigi Hadid helping shape parts of the celebration, not just attending, but actively involved in designing key moments that blend sentiment with spectacle. One of the biggest talking points is a short film planned for the reception, described as a curated visual timeline of Taylor's life and relationship with Kelce. It reportedly includes private footage, personal clips, and never-before-seen moments from their archives, less like a slideshow, more like an emotional documentary only guests will ever see. Then there's a karaoke-style segment involving the bridal party, where friends perform songs from Taylor's entire career. The idea, reportedly, isn't about performance at all, but about shared memory, nostalgia, and the people who've been part of each era of her life stepping into it together. On top of that, Taylor is said to be preparing keepsake gifts like preserved eternity roses, while Kelce is reportedly sending her daily floral deliveries in the 100 days leading up to the wedding, turning the countdown itself into a running romantic gesture.
So these are from Travis. Oh, these are so beautiful. I love that he doesn't even have to sign them anymore.
Even with all that emotion built in, the scale underneath is still massive. Security, privacy, and logistics are reportedly being handled with multi-million-dollar precision, designed to keep every moment tightly controlled and leak-free despite the global attention. And after the ceremony, the honeymoon is said to stretch across multiple destinations from the Bahamas to Europe, including Lake Como, the French Riviera, Croatia, Greece, Singapore, Australia, Fiji, and Hawaii, before Kelce returns to NFL duties with the Kansas City Chiefs. Public reaction has already split, with fans debating whether it's the ultimate romantic rollout or an overproduced spectacle, while others point out it simply reflects the reality of two of the most visible people in the world trying to create something private under constant scrutiny. But whatever the opinion, one thing is clear. This isn't just a wedding being planned anymore. It's becoming a full-scale cultural moment unfolding in real time. One detail, one leak, and one carefully controlled reveal at a time. That's all for this video, folks. Join me on the next one. Ciao.